Last time we were talking about boundaries. We were talking about setting boundaries and enforcing them, and how important that is to living a successful life, a happy life, and a confident life. I'm going to tell you a story about a time that I had to stand up to a biker in a bar, and it wasn't easy, but I needed to do it to enforce my boundaries. So I was in the restaurant and bar business for years, and I had just taken over as the new owner of a bar that wasn't doing very well. So it was up to me to turn it around. I wanted to create a strong, thriving, successful business. And one of the reasons it wasn't doing very well is that it had an image of a place where troublemakers hung out, and people who didn't want to go to this bar where the troublemakers hung out. So one of the things I needed to do was clean up the image, was get rid of these troublemakers. So I put in some new rules, and one of these rules said, you cannot wear any clothing in this bar that represents or is affiliated with or associated with a biker gang. So no more than a few days later, some big, mean biker dude walks into the bar, and I've got a decision to make. Because I've got this rule, I've got a boundary that I set for my business, but now I've got to enforce it. And if I don't enforce it, then it's useless. What's the point of even having it? I'm not necessarily looking forward to having to enforce this boundary, but it needs to be done. So I walk over to this guy and I say, hey, can we speak for a second? He says, sure. I introduce myself. Hi, my name's Corey. I'm the new owner. I tell him that I've got some new rules, and I tell him about this one. We chat for a bit, and he says, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't like your rule. I think you should change it. And what do? Can I change my rule? Can I change my boundary? I have it for a reason. I think that this is something that I need to do to create the business that I want. So if I don't do this thing, how am I going to create that business? If I let it slide, I'm not going to achieve the results that I want. And so I can't change my mind. I explained to him, this is nothing personal. This is just my business, and these are my rules. And I was speaking to him the exact same way I'm speaking right now. I wasn't getting worked up. I wasn't getting emotional or in his face about it. I was just making my point, confidently standing my ground. So he takes a step back, and I don't know what's coming next. He could smash me over the head and laugh in my face, and there's probably not much I could do about it. Not really the way I'd want to spend my first week in my new business. So he takes a few seconds, and I swear it felt like an hour. And then he turns to me and he says, I still don't like your rule. I still don't agree with it. But I respect it. I respect that this is your business and these are your rules. And more importantly, I appreciate the way that you came to me about it. I appreciate the way that you treated me with respect. You spoke to me with dignity. And then he left. And see, that's such an important thing about boundaries. It's not about whether the other person agrees with you or not. It doesn't matter because this is your rule. So they might not agree with you, but this is important to you, and it's important to the way you want to live your life. So it's up to you to enforce this. We need these boundaries. We need them in our relationships. We need them at home, with our friends, with our family, at work, you name it. You need boundaries. And if you want to live a successful life, a happy life, and a confident life, we need to learn how to establish and set our boundaries. Thanks as always for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Post those comments below and keep the questions coming. I love them. My name's Corey Chadwick. You know where to find me, CoreyChadwick.com. And until we speak next time, take some action. Make a change. Be a better man and live a better life. We'll talk soon.